Welcome to COBOL for the mainframe. The purpose of this channel is to give you an introduction to COBOL as used on the IBM series of mainframes. This is what many people think of when they hear the word mainframe. A lot of people in a very large room with the spinning tape drives and loud printers. That's how it was years ago, and it wasn't much different when I got involved with the mainframe back in the mid-1980s. Believe me, the mainframe world has changed dramatically over the last 40 years. This is the latest model from IBM, called the Z16. It is much more powerful than the mainframes of years ago, and is even capable of running Linux alongside ZOS. Newer mainframes are also capable of supporting languages such as Java, C, and C++. This channel is set up to discuss the use of primarily COBOL and even assembly in the mainframe environment, but if there is enough interest, we can discuss the other languages. Okay, so what is COBOL? The acronym stands for Common Business Oriented Language. It was one of the first high-level languages, meaning you didn't have to know the processor instructions to code in assembly, or even worse, get down to the binary level. COBOL is also much more portable than assembly. Code developed for a mainframe could run on a PC if it is a straightforward program that doesn't do anything platform-specific. This is a very basic example of a COBOL program. It simply displays Hello World on the system console. You have no doubt seen similar examples for other languages since this is the most popular sample for most programming languages. Next, we will show you how to install a package called TK5. It's a very good mainframe emulator that runs well on your PC. We will show how to install this for Windows, but it also works on Linux and Mac. Click on the link provided below for TK5. Once you get to the page, scroll down until you see the button to download with Update 2. This will include everything you need, including the Hercules emulator. Be patient as it is a pretty large download. If you are not on Windows, you will see special instructions you need to make sure the expanded directory has proper permissions to run. There are also some instructions for handling cleanup if updating from TK4, but that is not necessary for our purposes here. TK5 emulates MVS, the operating system that has been prevalent on IBM mainframes for decades now. It has essentially replaced the older VSE OS. For more detailed information on MVS, see the link below, and we will be covering this in a later video. When the download completes, navigate to your download folder and extract the contents of the archive. Once you extract TK5, you should have the files as shown here. Simply click on the MVS batch file and TK5 will start. As it starts the first time, you will see a couple of warning messages from Windows since TK5 sets up as a server with a local IP address. Go ahead and click through them and allow. TK5 is based around what is known as the Hercules open source emulator, but it has many features added on to help complete a mainframe environment. As TK5 is coming up, you can hit the escape key and see a bit more about what is going on, including the PSW or program status word. This will be covered in a later video. The amount of time for TK5 to come up will of course vary according to the speed of your PC, but it shouldn't take more than about 2 minutes until you see the TK5 title screen. That means the emulator is up and ready to go. Once you have TK5 up, we are ready for the next step, which software to help you access your installation. To communicate with TK5, you will need what is called a TN3270 emulator. This will act like the IBM 3270 terminal and use Telnet to talk to TK5 via the IP address automatically set up when you executed the MVS batch file. There are many free and paid emulator packages available. I personally use one called Vista TN3270. It costs $30 after a 5-day trial, but it is well worth it. See the comments below for links to Vista TN3270, as well as some free emulators to try. Once you have your emulator up and connected to TK5, hit enter and you can sign in with one of the two provided users. They are Herc01 or Herc02. The password for them is CUL8TR. It's easy to remember. Just think of see you later. You will hit enter through a couple of screens, one with a bit of funny wisdom, and get to ISBF. TSO is the primary way to communicate with the mainframe for programming purposes, and ISBF is the menu utility that helps navigate all the functionality provided at a particular installation. Now that you have TK5 up and running, we will show how to shut it down. To start the shutdown, enter X from the primary menu, the type shutdown. You will see the TK5 console ask you to log off. Enter log off in the emulator and wait for the shutdown to complete. This is an important step since you want to make sure all changes are saved, and there is no corruption of files. This first video was simply showing how to install TK5 and get your mainframe on a PC session going. In the next installment, we will talk about libraries and how they work, then on to the different types of files supported on the mainframe and how they're used in COBOL. If you're interested in pursuing a career in the mainframe, or you are just curious about the environment, please subscribe to the channel and let others know about it. Your continued support will keep us going. Also, if you have any questions about the mainframe, working with COBOL, or if you need any help resolving a programming problem, just send an email and we will respond as quickly as possible. You will see the TK5 console scroll messages as it completes the shutdown scripts. Be patient and let it finish. We will skip ahead a bit to the close of the TK5 session, so you see how it closes itself out. While TK5 is a very good mainframe simulator, keep in mind that a real environment will be a bit different. When there is a big difference that needs to be explained, we will point it out. At the end of the shutdown, you will see the TK5 session end and automatically close its window. At this point, the emulator will lose contact with the IP address. Just click on Cancel and close the emulator window. And there you have it. Your TK5 mainframe is set up, and we are ready to begin our journey into the mainframe world. Thanks again for watching. Please email if you have questions or post a comment below.